Hello everyone, my name is Autumn Outlaw. I am the current board chairman for the Dr. Pepper Museum and Free Enterprise Institute located in the great Waco, Texas. And I'm so pleased today to have Priscilla James with me. She's one of our newest board members to join the museum board. So hello, Priscilla, how are you doing?
Hi, Autumn. I'm great. Thanks for asking. How are you?
I'm good, I'm good. A little bit cold here in Texas today, but it's been good, really good. We're so glad to have you on the board. I'm so glad I get to talk with you. Because of COVID, we haven't actually met in person yet. So some of our board meetings have been held through Zoom, and just like this interview, we're kind of getting to know each other through different technology, but we're really glad to have you as part of the museum board. So thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I would love for you to tell everyone a little bit about yourself, about your family, about your kind of work history, and go ahead and share a little bit about you.
Originally from Houston, I moved here in Waco in 2016 to pursue my MBA with a concentration in entrepreneurship. And once I graduated from that, 2 days later after graduation, actually, I started my position as a program manager in the entrepreneurship department, the Ball Center for Entrepreneurship and Free Enterprise at Baylor University. So and it's been really great. One of my main projects is the Baylor New Venture Competition. That is a business plan competition for student entrepreneurs all over the world. So even prior to coming to Baylor, I worked for the chief of staff and chief of surgery of a county hospital in Houston. And since undergraduate, I have been a since undergraduate, I have been a special event planner. And so that ranged from weddings to birthday parties, just a bunch of different events. And so I'm glad that I'm able to pull everything together from planning events to my experience with entrepreneurship and be able to help other students from across the world to start their own company or just to make it grow.
Wow, that's really interesting. You have a really wide variety of things that you do, but it all really ties back in together. So that's really, really neat. One of the parts of the museum, people think of museums as more of entertainment. Especially the Dr. Pepper Museum, you think about soft drinks and kind of going to find out about those. But the other kind of half of the museum is the free enterprise, which really is entrepreneurship and feeds into that. And with your extensive background in education, what does entrepreneurship really mean to you?
So entrepreneurship means using using your own skills and gifts to create create a product or a service to make someone else's life better. And so that can range from special events to actually creating products like cupcakes. So I just really like that if someone has an idea that they mold that to make, quote unquote, the world a better place. And I know that often sounds cliche, but each person's world can be their family. It can be their extended family. It could be their job. So to literally make the world a better place, because each increment does eventually affect someone else.
That's so true. I love the way you put that. That's really, really neat and insightful. I know going to the museum is one of the highlights of my family's kind of year. We go very often. Christmas time is always fun. Unfortunately, it's a little different this year. I'm going to the museum for the Christmas events. But do you have a special memory or a special kind of thought about the museum that you've experienced, or something that you like the go-to place, or something you can't miss when you go to the museum?
Yes. So I really there's an area where there are continuously videos showing, and they show commercials from over the years. And that's just one of my favorite parts because it feels nostalgic. I really love classic movies. If they're black and white, it's even better. And so I just like to hear the music because it sounds different from now. And it just shows how entertainment has grown and how Dr. Pepper has grown over the years. So that's one of my favorite rooms.
I love that too. Yeah, the old commercials are fun. Some of the little jingles they have are kind of silly, but they definitely, kind of catch your ear. They're a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
So you mentioned earlier that you grew up in Houston, but you came to Waco for education and you stayed. So from an outside perspective, I grew up in the Waco area, so it's always been Waco, Dr. Pepper, it all kind of fits in together. How do you view kind of the relationship of Waco and Dr. Pepper?
So I really like that Dr. Pepper is looking forward to getting more into the community, especially since COVID has started. You guys shifted so that some of the events are outside, or you even have some of the virtual events. So I really appreciate that you're saying we're still here, we are still here for you. So that's a really great part that that the Dr. Pepper Museum and Free Enterprise Institute has kind of shifted and continued going forward.
Yeah, I think that's something that we've really looked at to make sure that we give people that great experience, but doing it safe and making sure that we can bring people in and do it the right way. So one more question for you, and this is not a requirement to be on the board of directors, but do you love Dr. Pepper?
I don't like to drink anything, period. And so I know it's important to drink water for health. So I usually try to drink water, but if I am drinking soda, it is Dr. Pepper. And so one of my my experiences is when my older sister was in college, she offered me a Dr. Pepper. And so that's why that's why I prefer Dr. Pepper, because she was my favorite sister.
Oh, that's so sweet. I love that. Well, thank you so much for talking with us today, Priscilla. It's really fun to know you better, and I look forward to getting together in person and going to having meetings and kind of getting your perspective as we move forward with the museum and making it the best place for people to visit when they come to Waco. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I'm excited to be a part of it. It's going to be great.
And be sure you tune in and see our other interviews with other board members, other people who are involved in the museum. Some really great stories to share throughout this little series that we're doing. So thanks so much for joining, and we'll see you next time.